Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys.
Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and of course, I am glad you are here. Big game today. Well, I shouldn't say big game. Well, it was an important game for us as Vancouver Canucks fans and as the team, because in all honesty, we needed this win, right? We needed this win. The Canucks win 2-1 in Anaheim versus the mighty Ducks. No, just the normal Ducks. They weren't mighty at all. But we needed to get out of this slump. So that was a great opportunity to do that tonight. And I'm excited. There's lots of comments in already. We're going to get to as many as we can tonight. But let's just dive into the game. Do a little recap, some thoughts that I had on the game, and then we'll get into it. But before we get into everything, I want to ask a big question that I want you to post in the comments, please, if you feel so obliged. The big question tonight is there more pressure on Pettersson to perform on a nightly basis now that he's signed this massive extension? Post it in the comments what you think. And while you're doing that, hit the like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Let's talk about tonight's game. The pregame stories were Pettersson's first game since signing his new contract. We know that it doesn't kick in until next season, but his new contract, it's his first game since then. Also, Podkolzin, Friedman, and DeSmith are in, and those were the big storylines coming into the game. And of course, still looming, Pettersson got banked $11.6 million a year for the next 8 years. Insane. But if you start thinking about this game tonight, there are so many things to talk about. As you saw on my stream last night, and by the way, if you haven't watched the live stream about Pettersson, whether you love or hate the contract, it's been amazing how many people do not like the contract. I like it personally, money-wise. But again, I think he has to perform now. But check out that video for sure, because I did talk about Myers was out for weeks. He's been injured, lower body injury. Susie should be back in a few games, but he didn't play tonight. So did you notice that? Did you even notice that Myers wasn't playing? That's what I want to ask you tonight as well. That's another question. But you know who I noticed was playing was this guy that I am absolutely loving having on our team is Juleson, because Juleson is a gem, and he had 6 big hits tonight. Man, this kid keeps impressing me. Love having him on this team. What a blessing he has turned out to be. And tonight, Canucks break the slump and are now headed to Disneyland. No, just kidding. By the way, I have friends. If you're interested in going to Disneyland or on a Disney cruise, I have friends who've just started a YouTube channel, and they do such a good job. They're actually from British Columbia, and it's called Maple Mickey. Please check it out, guys. Please check it out. Well worth it. Incredible content. They do shorts. They do videos. They're actually on a cruise, I think even right now, or just came home from a Disney cruise, and they tell their experiences, tell tips and tricks. So just a heads up. I'm not getting paid to help them out, but I just think it's really good quality content. And of course, I do passionate, realistic Canucks content. If you'd like as well, click the like and subscribe. Okay, I want to talk about this guy right here. Höglander was one of the best Canucks tonight. Fantastic. I love his work ethic. I love how he doesn't stop working. And that goal he had was absolutely solid. Because you know me, I've got a fever and I need some more Höglander in my life. And let's just take a moment to appreciate Nils Höglander. Amazing. Okay. So I'm going to be all over the map tonight when it comes to this game because it was just an interesting game to watch. It was an important 2 points for us, important to get out of the slump. But the refs were so interesting tonight. Let a lot go. Let both teams just play. And some obvious penalties, just let it go on both sides, not just against us, even though I did think there was a couple against us. I was thinking, really? But think about it, everyone. You're at the spot, right, where there was not a penalty called in the third period. And in fact, there was hardly any whistles this game. Like, the refs got it easy tonight. They're just like, you know what? It's Sunday. I'm tired. I'd rather be resting. But no, I got to do this game. I just went to Disneyland or Universal or wherever they were. No, Universal is LA. I was really surprised with them. Really, really surprised. But I love the Höglander goal. And, of course, the Garland with the game winner. That was awesome as well. One thing that I do want to talk about regarding the Garland goal and the Höglander goal was this. The beautiful passes by Hughes and Zadorov on both of our goals to set it up. I just think we can't not notice that. Like, those were beautiful passes, beautiful work to get, especially Hughes going around the side, passing it back up, Höglander sliding to the slot, getting it, ripping it in. But that pass from Zadorov to Garland, and what a beautiful finish by Garland. But let's just remember that Hughes and Zadorov set those up gorgeous. Those were gorgeous goals. So, but here's a question I have for you. Was there any point tonight, did you think the Ducks were going to tie up the game? I mean, there was a couple moments like when who's that? Grogu? I don't know. Whatever the guy's name was, hit the post and came out, or the corner of the crossbar post. The guy hadn't scored in like 54 games or something like that. I was like, "Ooh, that was a close one." But was there any point where you were like, "I think they're going to tie it up here"? At the end, it got a little frantic, didn't it? And I felt like DeSmith had to be sharp, but he didn't get a lot of shots on net. The shots were 31-18 for Vancouver. Even the Anaheim goal was just a lucky bounce, and Killorn just buried it, and it's like DeSmith didn't really have a chance. He was in the right position, just deflected on the wrong stick, and then it was in. Like, he should have had a shutout, in my opinion. So, and I felt like Pettersson was solid, but he wasn't great. He wasn't great tonight, everyone. Like, he was solid, but there's nothing about him like, wow, he's amazing. And I want that in a guy who makes that much money. Did you know that he's fifth in the NHL in contracts per year? Like fifth guys in the league. And Matthews is number one, McDavid, then I think it goes McKinnon, and then Panarin, and then Pettersson. That's just wild. Okay. I wanted to talk about two last things. Mikheyev has been trying. Like, tonight, I felt like he was noticeable. Couldn't buy a goal, had opportunities. Even with JT and Brock, we can't get him going yet, so that's been frustrating. And the last thing I want to talk about before I dive into some comments is definitely this. Let's talk about Podkolzin tonight, everyone. And should he be a regular on this team? Because I thought he played fantastic hockey. He looked like he belonged. He's a first-round pick, hoping that he pans out. Okay. Before we get into anything else, let's dive in. I want to get into your comments, but just a reminder, follow my channels if you haven't been yet, on Instagram, on Facebook, on X, on YouTube, all at Kempner Canucks. Some of you are wanting to connect with me, and I've asked you to connect with me. Don't search for my Facebook, my personal Facebook. I'm not going there. I want people to be connecting on my social media platform. So Kempner Canucks, please follow me on those. I respond on those places there. So please do. I'd really appreciate it. I'd love to continue. So I'm on X a lot. I'm on Facebook a lot, and I'm on Instagram quite a bit too now that I have a Kempner Canucks thing. So search Kempner Canucks. Thanks. Okay, let's dive into your comments because I'm really, really excited. And I wanted to start with Galactic Waffle Hero, the man, the myth, the legend. Woohoo! A win. Absolutely. I was excited too that we broke the slump, right? Callum, RevTrev, the pharmacist filled out your prescription, more Hoglander. Exactly, man. Okay, David W., welcome. I'm still up and probably will be until at least 10 p.m. Pacific time. Currently, it's 9. Yes. Yes, you are in Toronto. You tell us every single stream. But I would love to know what you thought about the game, David. So please post in the comments. What did you think about the game? I'd appreciate that. And then Hoglander brings that buzzsaw energy tonight. Terrific effort. I agree, James. What a player. What an addition. What a story in Vancouver Hoglander has been. And just, if you're a fan of Vancouver Canucks and you don't like Hoglander, I don't know what you would expect him. I mean, he's got 19 goals already this year. He's career in goals. He looks like he belongs. He's a fantastic player. He's an NHLer. Love it. I love it. Casey's here. Another member is here. Boys played solid in front of me tonight. In front of you. Casey, were you playing? Canucks win. I love it. Using the emoji. James, solid job, Casey. Thank you for your efforts. Oh, look at this. Most of the credit goes to PD's collarbone. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, man, he got nailed in the collarbone there. And I'm all for him blocking a shot there. But that puck went so high. Wow. I was worried that I was like, oh, I hope he doesn't bust his collarbone. Okay, James is talking about Podkolzin. Pod freaking Colson. I thought he looked faster, more creative than in the past. Seems like the development has been beneficial. Would like to see him with Hoglander and Pettersson in the future. Yeah, I like that idea too. Great idea. Yeah, and Casey was impressed by Podkolzin tonight. James says, in respects to Podkolzin, it's only one game, but he looked rejuvenated and improved. Now, you're right, James, 100%. Can I just remind you, we thought Baines was the next coming of Joshua, and he started petering out. So I want to see Podkolzin for a few games first before I'm all in on Podkolzin. But actually, I've been a guy who has been really excited that we drafted Podkolzin, and I do think that I want him to fit in this lineup. I really do. I think he's talented and a good kid, and I'm hoping that he gets in and produces for Vancouver, becomes what Vancouver really hoped he would become. David says, PD did block that shot, and very little help, every little bit helped in what no doubt was a tight 2-1 win. Japan 4, what up, bro? Good to see you. I'm pumped, Japan 4, because we won. Canucks don't look like they'll go far in the playoffs. Well, I don't know. You got to remember that January and February are really difficult months. Really difficult. Everyone talks in the NHL how it's hard to win in those months, hard to get hyped up. I know that every night you should be hyped up as a millionaire, but it's a tough grind. It's a league of parity. So I still think the Canucks are going to make some noise. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not being negative yet, Ricky. We still got a month and a half before the playoffs start. So we'll see. PD is as important to producing points for the Canucks as Marner is for the Leafs or Kyle Connor is for the Jets. I agree, David, 100%. Absolutely. I think Casey says, I think PD is more relieved than anything, probably hated that his status was causing a distraction to the team. And let's just, the narrative was starting to change. People were starting to get really frustrated with Pettersson and why hasn't he done that yet, hasn't signed yet. Callum, you're starting to love him. Man, I've liked him for so long. This year, he has won me over really early. And it just says, who is Tyler Myers? Exactly, right? I mean, we're gonna probably move on from Tyler Myers, and it's not gonna be like we're not gonna miss a beat if you got guys like Juleson doing that. Myers' inconsistent D has hurt the Canucks, but given how tight the game was, it might very well have helped that Myers didn't play versus Ducks. Well, I hear what you're saying, David, and I just want to make a quick comment on that. I actually think this is the best year that Tyler Myers has played for Vancouver in probably close to most of the time he's been to Vancouver. I think with the less playing time, he's been better. Again, though, who is Myers? Juleson, 5 shots plus 6 it hits equals Canucks bromance. I love it. And then K. Patrick comes in with the big burn. Myers equals pylon, right? I'll put up that one for you instead. Ducks came pretty close, but DeSmith shut the door. That's right. God willed it tonight. I don't know, man. Maybe. I'm not sure if God really cares about the outcome of a hockey game, but that shot past DeSmith off the post and the crossbar in the closet is the closest non-goal I've ever seen. Yeah, not in the closet. Sorry. I got to read properly. Dell, hey, Trev, are you noting how the Oilers pounded the Pens? Yes, I am. Now they played the Pens. Yeah. I'm not concerned yet about the Oilers catching us, but it's a possibility. It's a possibility, right? You missed the first 2 goals of the letter. Okay, I see. So you were watching the Raptors game. And the Raptors are terrible this year. Like, absolutely terrible. I thought they were going to be much better, especially after the trade for RJ Barrett. I shouldn't say absolutely terrible. There's way worse teams than NBA, but I thought they would be much better than they are. It's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to the draft for them for sure. And I'm not a huge Raptors fan, to be honest with you. I don't mind them. They're okay, but they're not my favorite. Pedersen will produce in the playoffs. Bank on it. That's what I'm hoping. Hoglander wills it. Golf Doggy 72. No 57, so no dumb penalties. Yeah, you could be right there. Could be right. Are they showcasing Podkolzin and Baines for trade bait? They might be, Dell. They might. That's actually a very legit thing to say. And then Podkolzin put up a bunch of zeros, but it was his first game back. Perhaps he'll improve his game at the NHL level. I think I was impressed for a guy. Like, I don't remember how many minutes he played tonight. Maybe I can just quickly look at that. But he wouldn't have played a ton of minutes tonight, but good enough to look good, look like he belonged, in my opinion. Okay, Podkolzin played 12 minutes and 39 seconds. So, yeah. Disturbed, welcome. Good to have you here. If Podkolzin plays like he did tonight, every game, I don't see him being sent down. Good forecheck, good passes, and some hits. Yep, I agree. Callum thinks that Podkolzin is a filler and Phil Kessel is coming because Phil the Thrill is going to be there and everyone's ready to be thrilled by Phil the Thrill. Japan 4 says, I'm not a convincing win, but a win's a win. Yes. And I would say convincing win in the way of shots, but you're right. Like, I don't know, like chances. Yeah. But at the end, it's hard to tell, right? A severely slumping Pens. Oh, interesting. So the Oilers played a severely slumping Pens, and on TSN Sportsline, Craig Button claimed to Jay Onrat that the time had come for Kyle to conduct a fire sale. Oh, right. Wow. That's interesting. Yeah, I know, but exactly, Dell. The Pens beat us, right? I would honestly prefer Podkolzin and Baines before Kessel. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it depends. If Phil Kessel can produce on the power play, I'm all for him being here. But Yeah, I see him as a, I don't even know. I don't even know if he's going to get to the press box disturbed. Like that's how like he's skating, but I don't know. I don't know. Hope Petey doesn't have any side effects from that block. I agree, Dreamer. The Canucks last month had so much trouble beating teams that had ended the month at worst 9 points out of playoffs. So it's maybe marginally different for the Canucks. Yep. Pod Colson already had a 14 goal NHL campaign. Hopefully he can come. So, yeah, if he can help Mikheyev or Mikheyev and or replace Mikheyev, that would be fantastic. Pod Colson fights too? No, he doesn't. He doesn't. I mean, maybe in the AHL, but doesn't in the NHL, man. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think he's not a tough kid. He's a skilled kid. That's my opinion. But Dell, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Pitts is selling for sure. Maybe Mikheyev plus pick for Riley Smith. I mean, Riley Smith is definitely a playoff dude. We need a winger, though, right? We need a winger, so that might be really helpful. Myers may be a little bit of an unsung hero. I think so. Ducks had like one good chance all game for us. Just got to win some games. We control the division. Jack, you're totally right. You're totally right. Welcome to the thing. So, Dreamer, glad Quinn got his game back. Yeah. Hi, Coach Rob Willie. Good to have you here tonight. Member Coach Rob Willie. If Mikheyev, if Mickey can keep this level of effort each game, I can see him getting those goals soon. Yeah. I hope so. I just, the longer this goes on, the more I'm like, I don't know. It just seems like this is who he is. I don't know, but hopefully. Jack, you think there's a big trade coming soon? Really? I'm just feeling like we might make some small move. I'm not sure. Oilers winning doesn't matter as long as we win. The more we win, the less. Of course. They've got 23 more games to make up 10 points. Okay. Yeah, are coming up. Yeah, it's going to be actually March is going to be a real litmus test, by the way. By the way, everyone, I haven't finished my March prediction videos yet. I've been away this week. So hopefully I'll get it done tomorrow evening and I'll launch it and you'll see all that. Obviously, I have picked the Canucks to beat the Ducks. I thought they were going to beat them 4-2. I am surprised it was only 2-1. Jack says, I like Baines, but no chance Kessel is worse. Baines did nothing. I disagree, Jack. I don't think Baines did nothing. But, I mean, he's still young too, right? Kessel has all that. So David says the Pens find themselves with games that started on Sunday Pacific time, all done. 10 points behind the Wings and Bolts, 9 behind the Flyers for a top 3 Metro Division spot. Okay. Andrew, good to have you here. Watch the game on the road here during an Oregon snowstorm. Speaking of which, Andrew, we had a whole bunch of snow in Vancouver Island. The province got pelted on. The game kept freezing up at the worst times. Really? That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. I wish you could have seen that. I mean, not a lot happened in the game, to be honest, but Jack, if you watch my video about Gensel, man, watch my video about Gensel. It's not just picks. It's like crazy picks and Mikheyev. You want to do that deal? I'm not sure I'm in on that one yet. I suppose. Do you think there'll be a trade coming from Pittsburgh? It's possible. It's possible. I mean, it seems like that's the only team they like trading. Them and Calgary is the only teams they like trading with. My Twitter feed showed Canuck Clay having taken a photo of himself streaming on a laptop the Canucks Ducks game from some airport before a flight back from a he's been in Spokane speaking at a conference, and he did a video from there as well. Just like I was at my daughter's basketball provincials this week, and I made 2 videos from Langley in the hotel room as well this week. So, Callum, our best players are calling it in right now, and the more I see Lindholm, the more I think we made a big mistake. Yes, I am on that train. In fact, I was thinking about making a video on that as well. Thank you so much for the encouragement of it being a good show. Yeah, please, everyone, hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate it. Hey, that was a good win tonight, Carol. It was awesome. It's great to have you back here tonight, too. And thanks for the subscriptions yesterday and the gift yesterday. That was really kind of you. Shannon, just a reminder, could you follow me on Facebook on Kempner Canucks? I want to get a hold of you. Could you please message me? In fact, I don't know if, Carol, you're on Facebook as well, but Kempner Canucks, that's my Facebook page. Just send me a quick DM there or a message there. That would be awesome. I'd love to connect with you. I want to get our next level members stream or connection, I should say. It won't be a stream. It'll be connection point. I want us to get together if that's okay with you girls. I think we trade Mikheyev for a top 6 winger. I don't think there's anybody that does that, but I mean, you're saying it's got to be like picks, like our first rounder, our second rounder. I just don't think we should be trading picks at this stage, but we'll see. We'll see, Jack. You might be right. Yeah. I wouldn't say captain obvious, but that's fine. Yeah, I like this too. David, you're right. All 4 Western Canadian teams will see playoff action in April. See the Flames have. Yeah, Flames have a shot. They've turned it around. Lindy better than Kuzmenko. He's getting 13 minutes in Calgary. Yes, but what did Mikheyev get tonight? Or Lindholm, I mean. 15, almost 16 minutes. It's not like it's a lot more. I guess it is. It's not that much, though. 13 minutes. I mean, he got 3 more minutes. Under 3 more minutes. Lindholm will be good in the playoffs, and he'll be huge, I think. That's what I'm kind of waiting for, Jack, before I start freaking out. Thank you so much, Carol, for gifting the membership. I don't know who got it. Post in the comments. I'd appreciate that. That is very kind of you, by the way, Carol. Oh, Jack, there's no way. What is it? 251st and what do you mean? Mikheyev? 251st and Ratu for Gensel? Are you saying 2025 first, Ratu and Mikheyev for Gensel? I guess that's I just don't want a rental, guys. That's just, but you might like that. I'm not. So how you doing? Giving Carol the hype? And good to have you here, my friend. Oh, Japan 4 got it. Carol hype. Let's go. Good dude to get it. Arnold, is time after time Canucks playoff? Time after are you talking about like the song? Time after time. Oh man, that's such an old song. Yeah. Anyways, let's give Lindholm some more time, boys. I don't know. I'm my time's running out for him. I'm just saying, Japan 4. I'm annoyed by him right now. He has not lived up to the hype yet. He has not produced the way I was hoping, but maybe I've got too high of expectations. Yeah, disturbed. I wouldn't want Gensel for that price, but Tarasenko would be much better option for the cheaper. Yeah. Yeah, let's keep giving Carol some hype there. Kind of odd that the Oilers haven't made a trade. Yes, they have. They got Tanev. Man. Maybe the Sens will take Mikheyev, and on that team, there's already a Russian player. Yeah, maybe. I mean, but we'd have to give up a first-round pick too, right? Why not trade picks? Because I don't think it's good business to keep trading your first-round picks. That's just my personal opinion. You can't like we've already traded all of our stuff recently, so let's just keep what we have. And this team we got's good enough. How did you think we got the big prospects, Jack? That's my pushback here. Like, it's because we drafted them. We drafted them, right? I know it takes time, but you need to keep them, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Again, you can have a different opinion. Good night. Good night. Do you think we will sign Hirona back? Yes, I do. I do not think we're gonna sign him for $9 million, though. I think it's gonna be much less than that. And Carol agrees that we have to sign him back for next year. Oh, right. Dallas got Tanev, not the Oilers. Right. Wow, that was a brain freeze there. Thank you for correcting me. I appreciate that, Japan 4. Well, I'm glad the Oilers didn't get Tanev. That would have sucked. I just think with Gensel, we would be unstoppable. Him, Lindholm, Petey with the best line in the league. No, Jack, come on, man. Maybe. Okay, listen, Jack, I hope you're right. I hope if we got Gensel and that was the line, that would be the best line in the league. Mr. Whale, good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. Hironic will sign 7 times 8 years is my guess. Like 7 million times 8 years. Wow, that's crazy. I don't think they're going to sign him to that many. By the way, they said they were Ian McIntyre was saying that Pettersson was talking about a 5 or 6 year deal and then turned into an 8. So Canucks fresh started. Podkolzin and DeSmith need some time to gel. Yeah, you're right. Dallas got Tanev. I made that mistake, everyone. Thank you for correcting me. I do appreciate that. Maybe the Oilers will get someone. I'm not sure. Well, Mr. Wales here. Yep. Coach Rob, Tanev went to Dallas. Yeah. I want to see Matt Irwin get in the game as well. It'd be interesting. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, Jack. Yeah, but the good draft picks were drafted early. I just don't think it's smart keeping picks in the late 20s, 30s if we want to be good. I know, but the chances of players becoming something great in 20 to 30 is still higher than second and third, and especially third round picks. And I know that's just like Captain Obvious comment, Jack, but like, for example, Brock Besser was in the 20s. Eriksson Ek, I believe, was in the 20s. Like, these guys are guys that you want. I know that they aren't the Carlsons and the Bedards and the Fantellis and all those guys and Michkovs of the world, but they still produce. They still become top 6 forwards. They still come valuable pieces to their team. I'm not a fan of getting rid of the first round picks. You can trade your second, third. I would prefer to trade a third over a second, of course, but yeah, I'm not a fan of trading first round picks. Podkolzin, next Messier got all the intangibles, like Canuck Messier or Rangers Messier or Oilers Messier, not Flyers, sorry. All right, Jack isn't necessarily wrong. No, I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying I'm just not there. Please, Harpoon, guys, come on. Let's keep it kind. I appreciate everyone being in the stream. Please be kind to one another. Thank you. He's 26. Okay. He's 26. Yeah. Yeah, this is exactly what I said, Del. I definitely see what you're saying. I just don't want to be a bubble team with our superstars. Either be bad or amazing, in my opinion. And I agree with that. The only thing is you can't predict it. You can't predict it. You can't say by going all in every time that you're actually improving your chances. So many teams have gone in at the trade deadline, traded crazy amounts of picks, and really messed up their teams. So that's another reason why I'm not there. But if we can get a step, like I think Gensel is a playoff performer. I'd love to have him. I just would love to have him if he signed a contract with us, not if he was a rental player. Trade deadline coming up. Probably the most interesting one we had in years. I agree. Canucks game vlogger. Absolutely. Some draft picks drafted outside the top 10 have turned into steals. Hellebuck, Felix Potvin. Dude, Felix Potvin, that's way too long. You can't use that anymore. How long do we want to go? Like, are we going to go back 30 years? Let's talk about, yeah, I mean, we can find some busts for sure. Like, obviously, picking Virtanen, terrible pick for us, right? There's picks like that go in the first round too, but there's no guarantees. Is basically, David, what you're saying. But you're right. There's a lot of good players that come out of the top 10. A lot of good ones. Yeah, Todd Bertuzzi type player on the line. Like Rempe would be awesome. I love that. I love that guy. Even if he was on our fourth line, he was a steal of a deal, in my opinion. All right. Release the Kraken. Okay, I think I'm missing something here. Draft picks don't help this team whatsoever. You use them to fuel the core. That's 26.5 average age. 3 to 5 years is our window. They won't develop in time. And that's okay. That's okay, Disturbed, because in 3 to 5 years is when they start producing and becoming something for us. That's what the NHL's like. If you trade all your draft picks, then you don't, in 3 to 5 years, is your window's over, they're all gone, and then you have nothing in the cupboard. I don't know. I feel like I'm the only one here with logical sense on draft picks. Is there anyone else that agrees with me here? That's true. That's true. I mean, there are exceptions, Del. There are exceptions to the rule. I just don't think Vancouver Canucks are the exception to the rule. But yeah. All right. So Sens owner will have to decide during which of the 24, 25, 26 drafts to forfeit that team's first round pick. Something the Canucks won't have to worry about doing. Yes. So 2 first round picks brought us 2 of the best Canucks in the Sedins. Yes, absolutely. And I don't mind trading our first round pick if we get a guy like JT Miller in return, who stays with the team, that signs a long-term contract. I'm all in on that. Okay? So that's where I'm like, I'm cool. Like, let's get a guy who's proven, can do it. But if it's a rental player, I'm out. Okay. The late 20s first rounders only usually turn out if the draft year is strong. It's about the same probability as second rounders and a good chance you got to wait a while for them to develop. Yes. But yes, I agree, Jack. 100%. I what you said here, I get. And I think second rounders you need to keep as well. Absolutely need to keep as well. So I don't want to trade first and second round picks, but mostly first round picks, because they pan out more often than not. I want my first round picks. And in the NHL, it just takes 2 to 3 years to get a player to come and play an NHL game. So it's an entry draft. It's not the NFL where they play the next year. The first 3 rounds play the next year in the NFL. And in the NBA, almost always that first round they usually play the next season. So, but the NHL's different. It takes time to develop. They're so young. They're not physically mature enough for the most part. Most of those players won't see action for 2 to 3 years, and that's even out from the top 5 out usually. But last year was a strong draft class. I disagree, Disturbed. That's okay. Hey, Trev, you think Myers can do us a favor by staying hurt until playoffs so we can use the $6 million for LTIR? Japan 4, we already paid out the majority of his contract. He's actually only costing us $1 million for this season. because we paid out. I mean, it hits the cap, but it doesn't give us any relief. Like the relief. If I know the cap well enough, I don't think there's any relief, like hardly anything. Yeah, still no cup for sure. If we sign Gensel, I'm all for getting him. Yeah, I agree. Japan War. We might as well bring up Cam Neely and Naslin. No, I'm joking. Oh no, Naslin was traded for. Okay, so do we get a scrapper, a skilled winger, or a roster D-man, Rev? I do think. Well, they are talking about the guy from who's that? Dumaine from Minnesota Wild. They're talking about that. Vancouver's interested in him, so that's the scrapper. The skilled winger is Gensel, and the roster D-man. I'm not sure who we could pull off now. I mean, I would personally love to get Hanifin and sign him, but I think he wants crazy money. I would love to get a Hanifin. Maybe in the free agency we could pull off a deal and get Hanifin instead. That would be awesome. But I don't know who's available for just a roster D-man. I don't know. The NHL ordered the Sens to forfeit a first-round pick due to the failed. Yes, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. Our defense is looking sketchy. Cole is making some big mistakes. Can't wait for Susie to return. Me too. Oh my gosh, Coach Rob Willie, Nedved. He's going back to 1990. They said that Jagger didn't want to come to Vancouver. That's what Jagger said. Isn't that crazy? He told Vancouver not to draft him. I mean. Oh, right. Curtis, I've been following you on Facebook. I'm glad they won. I hope you're having a great vacation, my friend. Don't worry about not being able to watch a Canucks game. I get it, especially when you're on vacay. Enjoy your vacation, my friend. Enjoy your time with family. It looks like you're having a great time. And looking forward to connecting with you when you get back, my friend. Planning on doing a meetup, Curtis, so I'll be in contact with you. So. Last month, the Canucks gave up 3 or more goals in so many games it showed. Yep, you're right. I think we need another D-man for the run. Who do you think, though, Japan for? Like, who do you think we're going to actually get? And what will they cost? Don't forget, we can always get more draft picks after our window is closed so we can recoup picks easily like Arizona. Well, I don't think we should do anything that Arizona's doing. I'm not a fan. I was surprised. Curtis, you should check out that video that I just did. I did a stream on the Pettersson contract, whether you love it or hated it. But I actually predicted it, my friend. Look at this. Let me bring it up. Look at this. This was my prediction. That I was 11.5 times 4 or 8 years. So I nailed it. I nailed it, bro. I nailed it. It was awesome. Okay, let's get back to where am I? Oh, we got a lot of comments here tonight. I'm loving the chat, everyone that are able to connect. When we have to fire everyone next season? I mean, yeah. I don't think we sign a lot of the, like, I'm wondering how many UFAs we sign back. Hey, finally, Canucks game vlogger. We're on the same page here, brother. Yeah, I'm confident in this roster, too. We need to keep them and keep developing. I agree. Is George McPhee the exception? Craig Conroy, the Flames decided to trade away quite a few then pending unrestricted free agents, regardless of how the team would end up finishing the season. Yes, and it's worked out for them, actually. It's surprising. Whatever it takes to win the cup. Yeah, I agree with you, Will. If it was guaranteed that if like getting a guy like Gensel and we win the cup, I'm all in. But there's no guarantees. It's a league of parity. So, Dreamer, also first rounder, brought us Hughes, Draft picks are always a toss-up, but we need skilled players and people to fill up a roster. We can't always expect to get a Baines or a Burrows or yeah. Good point. I want the cup too. I don't think it's too much to ask. Trev, in respect to giving out draft picks, I would say whenever has this team had a better chance to go all the way, why keep kicking the proverbial can down the road? Because James, I don't want to win one cup. I want to win multiple cups. I know I'm getting greedy. We haven't won one, but I'll tell you one of the reasons why. Because first of all, it's fun. Second of all, the moment we win one cup, you know what all my friends, Flames friends are going to say? Finally, you got to our level. It took you 40 years, right? Let's plan to win more than one cup, James. Brother, I know that's what you want too. So I'm not out of line to say that to you, my friend. But I want to win more than one cup. I want to win one, and then I want to win another. I want us to be a dynasty. I want us to be contenders every year. I want us to be there. And I believe that's why you keep drafting well, being smart. That's why I don't think going all like look at the Lindholm trade has not panned out for us yet. It still could, and I'm hoping it does, but I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, it's a delicate balance, David. So many draftees have defied conventional wisdom, whether steals, if the outside. Yes, exactly. Unfortunately, if you're a Canucks fan, yeah. Yeah, he was supposed to be, right? He's one of the ones was supposed to go top 3 because he wanted to play in the KHL, dropped to 10th. We got him. I thought we had hit the lottery because we can handle those 2 years in the KHL, right? Angelo, good point. Even a top pick there, you don't know, but yeah, you know what, Del, you're right. But Joshua's coming back, so I think we're going to be good when he gets back. Alvin has already said he's not going to give away the core prospects. I love that about it. Mr. Will, thank you for reminding me about that. Not a lot of good options for D-men other than Hannafin for the trade deadline. I agree. Walker, okay. We've been talking with Philly. Really? Oh, Mr. Will, that's good to know. I'm interested. I want to know who we've been talking about. I think if we always keep the first, we become the Canes. Good, but not good enough for a cup run. I'd rather be Tampa or Chicago. But didn't Tampa and Chicago keep their first round picks? I don't know. That was a long time ago when Chicago was good, though, right? Yeah, sounds good, my friend. I'll be in touch. Yeager said he didn't want to come to the NHL so that he would drop down to play with Mario. Ah, interesting. Definitely don't want the Canucks going through another 10-year rebuild. Not me neither, man. Hey, RevTrev, please let me know when you're going to do a meetup. If that works, I'd like to take a ferry to Nanaimo. Absolutely, man. Totally. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. I will let everyone know when the meetup's going to happen. But would love to. I will even pick you up from the ferry and drive you there, my friend. Even though we've never met, I totally would do that. Ruben, who wins in a playoff series between Canucks and Oilers? The answer is the Canucks. I've got to admit, I'm pretty worried about them. I'm not worried, my friend. We've already beaten them 3 times. We're going to beat them in April. I'm telling you, we have their number. Don't worry, Ruben. Rest easy tonight. Have a good sleep. Jack, better to trade the picks than Lecker Mackey or Will Leonard. Yes, I agree. Pud Colson was good today, Duck. Absolutely. Thanks for being a member as well. Appreciate that. Marcus Peterson or Walker. Okay, that's who you're wanting. We beat the Oilers for sure. I'm totally worried about Vegas, to be honest. They are very good. LA, when they're going, looks scary, which is not often, Mr. Whale. That's the thing. So whether to trade away or keep drafting, it all depends on although the 2021 Habs season certainly saw the acquisition of multiple picks, particularly from February onward. Yep, absolutely. Oilers have 2 lines and 1 deep here. Vegas is deep and now have cap for Gensel. Oh my goodness. Imagine if they get Gensel. That would suck. You want Pettersson to be the cover of NHL 25? That's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind that. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what happened to them. Matthias Ekholm, I like him a lot. I like him a lot. It was a good pickup by Edmonton for sure. Isn't Matthias Ekholm on Edmonton, or am I thinking of someone else? Trev, you're getting greedy. We haven't even won one. No, I agree. I agree. I'm all about winning the first one, but I'm telling you, as a organization, Duck, you can't. The goal can't be just to win one cup. The goal has to be winning multiple cups. That has to be the plan. The plan has to be relevant because it sells tickets, it sells merchandise, it gets people buzzing. You become a team that everyone's talking about. That's what you want in a franchise. You don't want to be the laughing stock of the league. You don't want to be in a 10-year rebuild like Canucks vlogger said, right? So I understand what you're saying. I'm not getting greedy. I'm just saying plan for success, not just for a one-hit wonder, right? Like I want to win. I want us to win a cup before I die. Don't get me wrong, okay? But I want us to win multiple cups. And I think that's the best way to run a franchise. So let's bring back Alex Burrows for the playoffs. Slay the dragon. Who's the new dragon? Hey, Nick, good to see you. Welcome. Eric Stahl and Kessel for the Elder Fourth Line. Elder Fourth Line. The Elder Fourth Line. I missed that logo with the word Vancouver in behind you. Yeah, do you miss that one? I don't mind it. I didn't mind it with the Vancouver. So with Vancouver here, right? Like you didn't mind. I don't mind that at all. With or without, it doesn't matter to me. I'm surprised that nobody wanted that. But I guess a lot of teams don't have their name on it. So yeah, Nick, it's interesting. I am still trying to get tickets. Canucks Game Logger. I went on a Facebook ticket exchange group and haven't really had much success yet. I'm looking for 4 tickets, upper or lower, most likely uppers. I don't like sitting in the upper bowl, but I'm looking forward to going to that game. So Kent Hughes after firing a long time. Yep. Bergeron. Yep. Should we sign Fulton, Reed, or Portman to complete the Bash Brother line with DK? Yeah, let's do it. I don't know. I'm not sure. There are no dynasties anymore. It's a parody league. You said so yourself. It can't be both. Yes, it can. Yes, it can, James. Because you don't want to know why? Chicago did it. LA. They kept swapping. It was Chicago 1, LA 1, Chicago 1, LA 1. It's not that long ago that happened. So I don't think Tampa Bay is another one. I think Tampa Bay is a dynasty. Especially if they win again this year, like that's a dynasty team. It's happening now. So I think like signing a JT Miller for $8 million for 8 years is a good contract. You've got Hughes locked up now for a while. Now you got Pettersson locked up. Like this is the time where you can go on a dynasty. This is what I'm saying is if you believe that Pettersson's going to be better, getting better and better, this we can start believing. Like we've got Demko for another couple years for sure. We're going to sign Hronek back. Like we've got the core. We've got the core, James. And so that's what I'm saying. So I know you guys think I'm getting ahead of myself, but as a franchise, I think that we really, really do need to plan to be contenders every year, not just try to win it this year and say, call it a day and say, now now our life is complete as a Canucks fan. So, yeah, exactly. They all traded their first rounders and they won the cup, but they also had absolutely stellar cores. They were dynasty teams, dude. You're talking about Tampa, dynasty. Chicago, dynasty. Vegas has basically been a dynasty since they started. I won't call them a dynasty, actually, but they have dominated this league so far. They've already won a cup. They've already been to a cup final, I believe. 2 cup finals, that is. Colorado, dynasty, right? That's when they traded. We're not a dynasty yet. Pittsburgh was a dynasty when they traded their first round picks. That's what I'm saying. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. So I know. Sorry, I'm getting on a rant, but guys, I give passionate, realistic, and honest Canucks content. This is part of the honest Canucks content. This is a part of the realistic me that just is. I'm not there yet. So. Yeah, exactly. So it wasn't just us, right? Japan 4. Yeah, if we kept them, except for the Miller one. No, you know what, dude? It's too hard to say. It's too hard to say. The Hronik one and the Miller one worked out for us. And like I said, I'm all in if we get a JT Miller kind of guy who stays with the team. But if we're trading our first round pick for a Gensel who's only going to be a rental, then I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. And neither should you be, in my opinion. But that's just my fine. Oh, thank you, Carol. Thank you. All right, Japan, he's with you. You would wish a first would turn out to be a mill. Exactly. It's a gamble. People have given up first round picks for players that didn't pan out. So it's the same, guys. Now, the good news, and I think where I'm going with you, Disturbed and Mr. Whale, and even Japan 4 on this, is when you get a guy and you're like, he's going to be good. Like, nobody thought JT Miller was going to be the JT Miller, the machine JT Miller. Okay? I think that at the end of the day, everyone, at the end of the day, he was a third-line center on Tampa Bay. He was a third-line center. Let's just remember that. We fluked out with JT Miller, everyone. We fluked out with him. And I am so glad we did. I'm a huge JT Miller fan. I am not scared, Jack. I am not scared. Yeah, when you're good, it's fine. I don't know. Are we good enough yet? Exactly. Called up and showed up in the playoffs, contributed huge. Yeah, Gensel, 2017, Colton, 2021. Yeah. I trust the management too. Yeah, that's true. They picked up Kuzmenko. Part of it is because we had other Russians talking to him. Didn't Mikheyev have had a part to play in getting Kuzmenko? If memory serves me correctly. Yeah, I don't think we need any more rentals. Nashville, okay. Wish our draft pick comes with a genie in the bottle and we can just wish for a three-peat. Exactly. But you know what? We also fluked out with Pettersson too, right? Like, a lot of people didn't want him, but we were high on him, and thankfully we picked him up. That was a great draft for us. Getting Hughes so late, great draft for us. So Zadorov is going to be tough to re-sign. He's playing well. He's going to be asking for a raise. Mr. Whale, the reports are that he wants $5 million times 5 years. That's what he wants. So $5 million a year times 5. So I'm not sure if we bring him back. Yeah, dude, I get it, but they weren't there. I don't know. You had Crosby and Malkin, bro. Like, we don't have Crosby and Malkin. We don't. Pettersson and Miller are not Crosby and Malkin. I'm just like, not yet. I don't know if they'll ever be. Like, let's just be honest. They're not McDavid and Draisaitl. They're not. So I don't think you can translate these things into the same thing. So Okay. I think, Jack, this is what I'm trying to say is it's been in the dynasty stage is when they did that. And I'm all for getting every advantage. I just want to sign the players back. Okay. I feel like I'm a broken record here, everyone. But I just want to echo what a Canucks game vlogger said. I'm honestly tired of being the laughing stock of the NHL, one of the longest teams with Buffalo to never win a cup. When we win, it's going to be the greatest day of my life. It's not going to be the greatest day of my life, but I'm going to be really pumped. Absolutely. Good game, better show. That's a wrap for me. Thank you, Trev. No problem. I should call it a night too, but yes, I know you guys are going to the game on March 28th. But I don't have time off work for that. So yeah. So I'm sorry, Shannon, I can't get that. I would love to be there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jack, I think we are in a good direction with the good contracts. Stars are surround good depth, but those teams trade for first rounders for good players with control, not developing players or going for cups. Okay. David, you're right. Trading for rentals comes with a risk because if such players become unrestricted free agents, they can just walk if they want to. Like, okay, think about Gensel, and it's like a first rounder, Lecker, Mackey, and McKev. Would you do that deal? I wouldn't do that deal. You're letting them cook, okay? Fifth line center. Who are you letting cook? Did I miss something? Yeah, I think they're going to be studs because we drafted them. A lot of people didn't like that trade, but look where he is at today. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Miller, they had crazy depth. That's why they could move him. Yep. You're right. We can trust into this management. So I think we're kind of arguing about something that doesn't matter because they're going to do whatever they're going to do. I understand the skepticism, Kemp. Yeah, we've been through a lot of dark days, Disturbed, to say the least, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I know. Benning was brutal. Yeah, thankful that didn't happen. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you. I like what the Canucks have done. I agree. But that's what they might be asking. Yeah, you never know. Yeah, I would be open to trading Lecker Mackey if the right deal came, but I don't think there is a right deal. I wouldn't do that. Smith from Pitts or Tarasenko from Ottawa would be nice. I wouldn't unload picks for them, though I hear Pittsburgh wants an A prospect and a roster player and 2 firsts. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Actually, I think I made one. Which are the nicest places to live in Nanaimo? Hammond Bay, Sillar? Oh, yeah. Mount Benson or Wellington. I know what you're trying to do, Dell. I know what you're trying to do. I think all those places are great. All those places are great. If Pittsburgh asks for Leckermack, I hang up. Yes, Jack. But that's what I'm saying. That might be what the asking thing is, right? So snowing crazy, heading home from work. Kempner live stream tonight. Night all. Hey, thanks so much for being here, Angelo. Have a great night, guys and girls. I got to wrap it up. It's a late night. It's 10:34. I got to work tomorrow. Hoping for a snow day, but don't think we're getting in there. Just a reminder, I'll be streaming after the next game, which is let's go to those games actually real quick before we end tonight. So here's the road. You got 3 more road games. So we beat Anaheim 2-1 tonight. Tuesday, I think it's Tuesday, right? It's LA Kings. Whenever we play the Kings, it's at 7:30 p.m. Then we play at Vegas at 7 p.m. I'll be streaming both those. And then we go home for the next 9 games. 9 games, everyone. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. So I'm pumped about that. Looking forward to it. And I think it's going to be great. And let's just talk to Terry, Kim. welcome to the stream. Was at the game tonight. Orange County is cold too. Oh man, I did not know that. I'm glad that you jumped in, wanted to talk about the game tonight, because that was a big win to break it up. So, but yeah, everyone hit that, smash that like and subscribe button, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. Have a great night, and I'll be out. I'm going to bring out the March prediction video is coming up. I'm going to make it tomorrow, so make sure you're watching for that. And of course, always go Canucks go, and appreciate you all here.